to another process video. I'm Jenny, and yesterday, or the last time I made a video was for the Scrap Fast Friday, and I used some bits and pieces from a few different collections. So if you want to go and check out that video, that's the Scrap Fast Friday, that's in my process video section. I've got a couple of folders with different things in them, but that was a process video, and it was called what is it, Me and My Bestie. So I'll just grab that. So that was the layout that I did with a time limit of 30 minutes. So I'm going to continue on with this same collection, and I've got this Project Life paper pad and a sticker sheet and some paper from an Echo Park mini kit collection called Best Friends Forever. So I'm going to use those bits and pieces, and also some chipboard stickers from Project Life as well. So there's a more of a detailed look in the previous video, and I've also grabbed these in crystal from Prima, little love heart shape, so I'm going to use those. And yesterday I pulled in these Kaiser Craft rub-ons that didn't rub properly, but they still worked fine for what I wanted. So I only want a little bit of colour to add. So my thinking is that I would like to use this piece of paper as the background. So I've got a similar photo, different. So this one, you know, was horizontal, this one's vertical. My daughter's not really looking at the camera, but our little friend is looking really cute, and so I don't really mind if the photo's not perfect. So busy background, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that to combat that, but I will put you on fast forward and I will see what I can come up with. Alright, let's go. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just cutting off the branding strip on that piece of paper that I want to use, and I'm thinking that I might like to use this yellow piece as a mat, and I've cut a 4-inch strip off, thinking that it might give somewhere for me to put some of the embellishments and tone down some of the busyness of this page. So you've seen the photo that I put on of this layout, and it is a really busy background. So I haven't done a very busy background for a while, so this is it. So if you don't like busy backgrounds, you might not like this, but if you do, you'll love it. Now, I don't know why sticker companies don't make stickers in 12 by 12. So I didn't realize that this sticker wouldn't go all of the way across my 12 by 12 piece. So all I've had to do was cut it in half and change the position of the love hearts to go on the right hand side of that strip rather than the left, so that you can't see the little gap where I had to cut it in half to extend the length a little bit further. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure why they don't make the little elements a whole 12 by 12. Perhaps they think that you're just going to tuck them underneath, who knows. So I had that little scrap of blue paper that I decided that, you know, I didn't really go with this one, so I've taken that out. And I just showed you then, I was just pointing at these two pieces of paper that I chose out of the 6x6 pad, and I was showing you that even though they aren't a part of this collection of the 12 by 12 papers, that they went perfectly. So that lovely red colour went with the top of the page with the red and orange, and the green and yellow and blue, of course, went with the colours that are in the background. So it coordinated perfectly. So I'm just making up a little bit of a photo mat and a place to add some embellishments. So I'm just using this pinky red colour, and that brings the colour out of Johanna's dress that she's wearing in the photo. And of course the 6x6 paper pad doesn't extend across the length of a 12 by 12 sheet. So I just cut that, trimmed that, or cut it in half so that I could use both pieces to extend further. So I really wanted to use that 100% fun piece and have that as part of my layout. And so that's what I did. I just cut that in half so that it looks like a larger piece of paper. And I wanted to use those little butterflies that were at the top left as well. So I'm not sure what I'm doing now. Looks like my computer has frozen. Not exactly sure, but sorry about that. So I think it's having a bit of a lag at the moment, but I've just grabbed my sheet of rub-ons, and they don't come out properly except for it actually goes on the photo on my daughter's hands, and you see me trying to get that off and it doesn't want to come off. It is well and truly stuck. So for this layout she's got blobs of white on her hand. So I was just using those to add a little bit of some visual interest to the page. You can hardly see them, but that's okay. So I've just got the sticker sheet, and some of the pieces that I'm not sure of, I have just left the clear backing on the back so it's not sticky, so I can move them around the page. And I'm thinking that I would like to add a large pattern block up the top to the right, but I don't like that awkward little bit of space next to the 100% fun day that creates. So I'm looking for something that perhaps could fill in that gap, and you'll see me fiddling around there a little bit and putting some things there, but then deciding that I don't really like that, and so I change it. So like I've said before, for me, it's about putting things on the page and, seeing where visually I like my eye to rest, and being happy with that. So I've just put some of those stickers, as you can see from the sticker sheet, trying to use them all up. That little pack with the chipboard stickers was only about $5 or something, so it was relatively cheap, so I'm happy to use them all in a couple of layouts and not hoard them in my stash for years like I do with everything else. So I think we can be too scared to use what we have, and so I really want to encourage you to pull out what you've got and make some pages and use them. So if you can make 3 or 4 layouts from a pack that you have paid $10 or $15 for, then you are doing really, really well. So just layering up some of the chipboard pieces, and I decide that I want to take these little stickers and some of the chipboard up the strip of yellow paper. So I want to make that a part of my design and just extend the stickers beyond the square or rectangle border. So just playing with their placement and seeing what I like. And I wanted to use that little happy piece that I put to the bottom left, because Matilda has got that aqua colour in her little flower headband. So I've just pretty much finished, and I'm pulling out some of these little Prima crystals, and I didn't particularly like them. They were nice on the sheet of plastic, but I didn't particularly like them on my page because for some reason they no longer looked like love hearts. They just look like little blobs anyway. So just adding a little bit more colour with these little enamel dots that I got, and trying to put a few more little white rub-on pieces on, and that's pretty much it. I pull out my black ink and I add some splatters, and then I will show you some close-ups. So that's pretty much it from me, and I'm sorry if at the end I make you a bit seasick with my camera. Instead of pulling the page up to the camera like I usually do, I actually pulled the camera down, and so it's a bit more wobbly than it would usually be. So I actually just added a tiny little bit of ink around the edges with some distress ink, and that was in worn lipstick, and then I added a little bit of green called Shabby Shutters as well. And then I pull out my little distress tool and I actually add a little bit of ink on various pieces of the paper to blend it all in. So I didn't ink anything beforehand, so I just decided to use the little tool and to add a little bit of ink to some of the elements. So that just helps to tie the whole page together and yeah, keep it all looking the same. And you just saw my daughter's head pop in there. She came in for a chat, so obviously we didn't realise that she was getting filmed, but I'm not going to cut her out. So anyway, here is the ink, I think, or perhaps this is where I'm looking for the green. And you can't really see the green. It was a tiny, tiny little bit, but you know, just gave it a little something, something. So here's the black ink, so it must be time for me to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me today. I can't talk properly. And I will see you next video. Bye!